So we've now had a handful of pictures for the Ahsoka show, and now we have another one. Yesterday we spoke about this mysterious Inquisitor. Is it a canon star killer? Another Thrawn assassin like Baylan and Shin? Maybe Barriss Offee? Maybe they'll retcon the 8th brother's death? We don't know, but today we have a new look at Hera Syndulla. She looks amazing. There was a criticism from a lot of fans after the first trailer dropped at Star Wars Celebration that she doesn't look enough like her animated counterpart. I disagree. Stylistically, it's always going to be a bit different, but I think this is pretty much as good as it gets. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing the role. Everyone's space mom is back. And so now, my dear friends, Rosario Dawson, who returns to our screens in August for the Ahsoka show, is already campaigning for Season 2. Season 1 isn't even out yet, and she's already hoping for a second, just like so many fans. And let's be real, with the amount of fan interest in this show, they're not just going to leave it at 1. Let's see what she said. So speaking to Empire magazine for their upcoming issue on the Ahsoka series, Rosario Dawson talks about her experience playing the character since Mando Season 2, and how she relates to her and understands her on a deep level. Here is her quote: "I love how confident she is. She's not fearless, but she never hesitates. She is so willing, but she does have worries. She does have stress, and she's gone through a lot of anxiety. She's had some really tough crises and traumas in her life, and I really dig how complex she is. Even her moments of just finding her way and butting heads and being stubborn, and even at times when she's wrong, having to deal with the pain of what that is when soldiers are dying under her command." And this is obviously referencing a lot of moments from Ahsoka's past, portrayed in animation in the Clone Wars and Rebels, and voiced by Ashley Eckstein. But it seems as though Rosario's done her homework. She understands the journey Ahsoka's been through, and let's be real here, she probably had so much guidance by Dave Filoni. I think this shows the most important thing Dave Filoni's done since he's been at Lucasfilm, which is a very long time, under the tutelage of George Lucas, continuing his legacy, and 15 years of this character. It was so important Rosario Dawson understood where that character's coming from, all of her experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, the silly, all of it, and how she's learned from that trauma, but also things that have scarred her. We often see Ahsoka as this perfect character. She's revered as if she has no flaws, but of course she does, and Rosario Dawson is the first to admit that. Rosario also mentions the responsibility of carrying this character forward now that she's onto a new spiritual journey. She says getting the opportunities to embody her more and more, and collaborating with everyone as things have shifted and developed and progressed, it's just been amazing. The same sort of excitement I saw in people's reaction videos to her first appearance in The Mandalorian is how I keep feeling every day when I look in the mirror and get to do what I do. If anything, it's only ramped up. And of course, the enthusiasm you have as an actor playing a character who's so beloved is going to translate on screen. I think she looks perfect. I know there are some fan discussions out there about her leku, about different aspects of Ahsoka's appearance in live action, but I've got to say, for the most part it's nitpicking. I think this is one of the best castings when it comes to live action adaptations, and Rosario being a fan of Ahsoka and Star Wars generally really helps. So on the subject of the second season, back at Star Wars Celebration in April she did say she hopes for more, but now she says, quote, "I'm absolutely putting it out into the universe. We're joking about it, but I'm manifesting it because I feel like I helped Dave manifest this role, so I'm ready, I'm excited, I'm willing." And on the subject of physical training, she says, "I've got my ice packs ready for season 2 and beyond. I would not be mad at that." And I think when we see the show, we're going to appreciate just how much went into this role, the toll it took on the actors. I'm sure it was stressful, so much physical and mental exertion every single day, dedication, commitment. I think this show is going to really blow us away, and the effort put in by all the writers, the directors, the actors, it's going to show whether you were on screen or behind the camera, the sheer amount of labour that goes into these productions, especially when you're dealing with Dave Filoni and his baby. Ahsoka is a character he's very protective of, so there's added incentive on his end to make this be one of the best things we've seen in live action. And I think the hype is ramping up really well since Mando Season 3 ended, and we're now 2 months away. The fandom for the most part is ready for Ahsoka Tano. And so now, my dear Mandalorians, what we know so far is that we're probably not going to get a Kenobi Season 2. Kathleen Kennedy said it's not a priority for Lucasfilm, and if they are going to do more stories with Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan going forward, it's probably going to be in other shows and projects, not in Obi-Wan Season 2. Well, now we have an update from the young actress Vivien Lyra Blair. This has been making the rounds. Vivien Lyra Blair teases potential spin-off, focusing on Leia and Lola. That was her little droid. So the young actress's new project is The Boogeyman, and while speaking about that film with Bleeding Cool, she was asked about the Kenobi show. Of course she was, and she shared the following. "I don't know. I honestly have no information. If I did, I wouldn't be able to tell anyone. And here is a very revealing statement. She says, I think Ewan's hoping to do a second season of Kenobi. I was saying as much as I would love to do it, I don't see how I would fit into it, because it's commonly thought that he doesn't see Leia again until A New Hope, when she asks him for help. And I will say, guys, one awesome piece of continuity from the Kenobi show is getting to know Obi-Wan, because by the time of A New Hope, when Luke rescues the princess, she is so surprised to hear about Ben. Luke says, I'm here with Ben Kenobi. And Leia replies,
Ben Kenobi, where is he? Come on!
And so going back to this interview, the young actress continues, I feel maybe I could do a cameo kind of thing, like teenage Leia at the end of the second season. And then she says she's hoping for her own show, like Leia and Lola, which, quote, could be fun to do. She says she hopes to play the character again, but it may be a limited series, and Kenobi Season 1 might be all that we get. And you know, here's the thing, while a Leia series does have some potential, it doesn't seem very likely. Maybe one day Vivien will play Leia again. I did think she was fantastic in the Kenobi show, and she embodied Carrie Fisher's classic character very well. Rest in peace, Carrie. Forever our princess. But you know, Vivien was great. So let's wait and see. What do you guys think? Would you like to see a young Leia show? Maybe as she rises the ranks in the Senate, leading up to A New Hope. Now, outside of Bleeding Cool, Vivien also spoke with The Direct, where she cast doubt on more seasons of the show. Here is the quote from them. I think I would love to, but I was saying I don't think I fit into it because it's very much implied she doesn't see him again until the fourth film, A New Hope. And then she says, we're kind of thinking it could be fun to do a show of Leia on Alderaan. Now when she says we, does she mean her personally, or her and Lucasfilm? Is this something in the works? Is there a reason she words it like this? I mean, sure, she's a kid just voicing her opinion, her hopes, but we don't know at this stage if Lucasfilm have plans for more projects with these characters. Not just young Leia, but also Reva, Obi-Wan training with Qui-Gon Jinn's Force Ghost, etc, etc. In other Star Wars news, Bespin Bulletin have confirmed to us that the Acolyte has finished filming. That's right, it's a wrap. They spoke with MakingStarWars.net last week, who had been informed via a source of theirs that filming on the show had finished. They were in the midst of attempting to get some more information, and then shortly afterwards it was confirmed to Bespin that the Acolyte had finished filming. Filming on the show was very intense and started all the way back in October in the UK, with filming taking place primarily at Shinfield Studios in Berkshire. They also ventured out to other scenic locations, such as the Brecon Beacons National Park, and outside the UK, shooting a couple of scenes in Portugal as well. The show releases sometime in 2024, to be confirmed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, of this and everything we spoke about in today's video. If you enjoyed this one, guys, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you, always.